Hello. Oh, that is just a scotch too loud, I think. But I think I got my mic issues hammered. So hopefully we're good on that now, as long as I don't start yelling, which is unlikely. I probably will because we all know me. Um, but we're back, and by we I mean me because we so at one point we were on the other schedule, and then started doing some solo streams, and things got a little turned around, and some people got their days mixed up, and then everybody was just having a time. I am also very tired, but the plan for right now is that I am just gonna kind of go over what we've learned so far about our little wild, wonderful world of the Wildsea. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back with the whole crew, and we will talk about what everybody's doing. Basically, the plan is to get everyone together and talk about now that people have a slightly better idea of their characters and are a little bit more fleshed out. The goal is to kind of figure out how everything came together, um, which is going to be interesting. Mostly because it does seem as though Choya, whose portrait is currently on the screen because that is the overlay that we had, is probably going to be the inceptor of this ship. Um, but because of that, it's going to be interesting to see how all of this comes together. In terms of talking with Allie and Grace about their characters, um, they both seem to feel like they kind of are like, I don't want to say that they kind of got sucked into it, but that they were sort of people living their lives who came upon this ship and were like, this seems like a great idea. That's what I want to do. Whereas Choya's character was someone who had intentionally set upon this journey. So I'm thinking that that's what it's going to end up being, is that Choya is the one who was like, I want. It may very much be like a Jack Sparrow moment of, and you know what? It might even be that she's the one who set out on this quest with other people, and then those people are now gone, and this is what remains. Um, so I mean, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But so that's really what I want to get the crew together. Yeah, the crew, and talk about that. Like, what do they feel? Who, like, how did the ship come to be? Because there's a piece of my hair. I can't tell if it's like my hair or if it's the portrait behind me. But portrait, the skull. It's like sticky outy and it's bothering me. Anyway, the bees. Um. So yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to talk with the whole group about how everybody kind of met and how the ship sort of came to be, and then also what their relationships are going to be like going forward, and what they may have been like in the past. I do want to get each of the duos on screen together, to talk about like how their characters met and how they like feel about each other. How did they feel about each other when they first met? Oh my goodness. All of that good stuff. This is also why maybe we aren't having a full stream tonight, is because your boy very tired. I was solo parenting all weekend, which was absolutely fantastic, and I had the best time, but it's a lot. Um, it really was fantastic. Um, yeah, so I think it's going to be really interesting when we get them all together, to just see what that looks like. And the boat itself, like, how did the boat come to be? So that's another thing, right? It's like there's the crew, and then there's like the ship, and they've made this ship. Obviously, if you didn't see that episode, I would highly recommend watching it. The ship is called the Pub Crawl, and it's a fucking bar. It's a bar barge. A barge? A barge. I'm so clever. Uh, so apparently, the ship itself can hold about 5 to 10 people. So what it says is it can comfortably hold 5 to 10 people, but it can hold double that. So my guess is that what it is that there's probably 5 to 10 people working on the ship, and then it can fit another 10 people at the bar. Uh, or maybe not. Maybe there's only 5 people working on the ship, and it fits 15 people at the bar. I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. But there is going to be an undercrew. I don't know if they're going to decide to have like an actual undercrew, because there are undercrews that give you certain like tracks and abilities, or if the undercrew is just going to be like a bar back. I also have to make my character. So I am going to have a character that I play. That's not really a character that I play. It's just like it's the DM NPC. And the current plan is that we're kind of going for like Magical Girl Squad feels. So think like K-pop Demon Hunters or Totally Spies, that kind of like vibe. So we have like the bubbly one, the like kind of more reserved one, and then we have like the angy one. So I think the bubbly one is supposed to be Allie, the more reserved one is going to be Choya, and the angy boy is going to be Grace. And then we have the manager, right? There's always the manager, the Bobby of the crew, as you will, if you will, as you will, if you will, as you like it. And I'm going to be Bobby. My character is Bobby. I am going to be managing this place. So I have to figure out what that means though, and that's another thing that we're going to probably talk about next time. Is that what does so we know what everyone does, right? So Grace's character is the Reeve. I don't know why her character's name in particular I struggle with so much, but so Reeve is kind of like the muscle, the bouncer. Um, And then, oh geez, uh, Choya is the brewer, who makes all kinds of crazy concoctions, and then Teza is the like bar manager person. I think we decided that she was her kind of gig was that she's the person who actually kind of manages the bar itself. Uh, and Choya will help her bartend, but Choya's real job is like the brewer on the ship. That's like what they're known for, is their home brews. Get it? And so she's the one who does that. I think, really, I do think that Bobby is going to end up being the like, uh, the kind of like a bar back bus boy kind of person, right? Like you know, the run around do it all kind of guy. Because that feels right, that feels right for this situation. It feels right to have a Bobby be the person who's like running around, clearing tables, making sure everything's going well, reminding people to do certain things. Like he's the like Haza manages the bar and she's the main bartender, but like Bobby's the one who is, making sure that all the bottles are in the right spot, and that the bar is clean and that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, kind of deal. Um, his name's not actually going to be Bobby, though, to be clear. Should I name? I have to figure out what he's going to be, though. I feel like he's just going to be a human. Ardent. They're called. It's like the Ardent bloodline, I think, in this. Or wait, is that Roshar? Oops. Let me look it up. I think that's what they're called. I think it's called the Ardent bloodline. Is the like leftover humans. Sounds so rude. Gross, the leftover humans. It's true though. They are. They're leftover humans. It's like that's what they are. All right, let's look. Let's see if my computer wants to be nice for once. It's been very weird about like me looking up stuff in this book, and I don't know why. Uh, at some point I should probably read through that mechanics section in detail. Still haven't done that. It's fine. I've been too excited about the character creation stuff, which is, where I thrive, where I live and thrive. I'll get there. It's fine. Oh my god, where is character creation? Hey, okay. I was right! Ardent! There is also an Ardent class in the Cosmere Nexus game that the home game that I play in that's based on the Brandon Sanderson Mistborn series. Very fun, very cool. Ardent is a bloodline. Ardent is a class. Class? Something. Whatever that's called. Yeah, I feel like my character is going to end up having to be an Ardent. I don't know why. It just feels right. Because, like, they're... Right, that's the thing, is that there's the magical girl squad, and then there's, like, the manager. And the manager's normally just, like, a guy. So he's just gonna be, like, a guy. Surrounded by these beautiful, amazing, like, very cool, women. Magical girls. And he's just, like, a dude. I'm debating what class would be good for, like, a dude. Oh. Amberclad. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to figure it out. I think that it really will depend on sort of what the like the vibes are based on the next session that we have. But I do think I'm just gonna make it like just a regular guy. Just a guy. Just a regular guy. Now I'm looking at all of this stuff though. I can't help myself. I love character creation. It's my favorite thing in the world. I do also kind of feel like I should be one of the mushroom people just because, like, we don't have one of those and it feels right in my heart to be a mushroom person. The Gao is what they are. Fungal explorers gifted freedom by the rustling waves. Mycosanctums. Ah. That's super cool. Oh man, Gao physiology is already extremely flexible. A Gao colony or character could be based not so much around mushrooms, but instead mold or lichen, or even something far less common to the Wildsea, like or like seaweed or coral. That sounds pretty fucking cool. But I feel like it's just gotta be a little guy. Whatever. I guess if it was a Gao, it could just be a little guy. Cordyceps. I just love this game so much. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so that's kind of the story so far. The story so far is that we have a boat, the pub crawl, that is exactly what it sounds like. We have a pretty good idea so far of what people's kind of origins are and their excuse me, their like personality wise, what how they're feeling about their characters. Um, and now, yeah, the biggest thing that we're gonna do is we're just gonna get everybody together and start talking about, hey, how did this all happen? How did you meet? I do also think I want to talk a little bit more about like where they think they are right now. Um, just because I think that that's important. Because I'm wondering what they feel like the vibes of the ship are, right? Do they like go from place like so we I talked about this a little bit with Allie, uh, and the vibe that we had kind of come up with was that, and I'm hoping that this is okay with everyone, so we have to talk about it, is that they are kind of like a space, the final frontier, going where no man has gone before, whatever, they're like, and part of her deal, Allie's character's deal, is that she's the one who's kind of like leading the way on that because she's a hacker. She can get them new places, so they're kind of like, the idea that we had, she and I, was that the boat, the kind of the purpose of the ship is not just to be a pub, but to explore new areas and try to find new ingredients for the elixirs and the meads and all the stuff that they make. And then part of that is sort of exploring new places. Um, and so I think that figuring out what like the vibe of that is, like, are they actively looking for new people, or are they actively looking for new places to go? Because the Wild Sea is ever changing, so it's not super well documented. Um, like, they may know where places are, but they wouldn't really necessarily know how to get there. Because it changes all the time, because the Wild Sea is ever growing and ever changing. So, yeah, I want to talk about that too. Like, where do they feel like they are? What do they feel like they're doing right now? What's the goal? I do think that that is a cool goal to have. Um, the goal of like trying to find unique, and it could be too that like you know, eventually that goal of trying to find unique ingredients is going to lead them into the like farther down reaches of the wild seas. So we'll see about that. Could be a fun little plot point. I do have to remind myself and everyone, though, that the whole point of Wild Sea is that it is very much a collaborative storytelling game. Like, it is much more meant to be collaborative storytelling as opposed to like me running the game and then them reacting to it. Um, so that's one of the nice things about this, is that my plan for running this is a little different. Now, the way I don't know if it's going to be that different though. The way I normally run my games is that I know what's going on in the background and I let the players write the story. And the thing about this game is it feels like this game is built that way, right? This game is built to let your players run the story and you just know what's going on in the meantime. So I think this will be very easy for me to do. That's, I think that actually a little bit of I'm a little nervous about running the game because I feel like the way it's described is that it's supposed to be different from like a D&D TTRPG, but it doesn't feel very different for me because that's how I run my games, is that like I have plot points that you can hit or don't. I don't care. They're there if you want them, but if you don't, like, I don't give a shit. I just know what's going on, and I know what's going to happen if you hit it, and I know what's going to happen if you don't. And I think that's kind of how this game is meant to be run, but like, I don't know. We're all learning. I've never played it before. I've never run it before. So we are gonna find the fuck out. I really do need to actually look at the fucking mechanics of the game. I skimmed it and I know what's going on, but I actually need to like read it. Which probably means I should get the physical. I can't read on a screen. It like,
I'm an old lady and it hurts my eyes. Just I can't focus on the screen. I have to have a physical copy of the book.
Don't make fun of me. I mean, I'm making fun of myself, so I guess you can make fun of me all you want. But yeah, so I don't know if you notice, I keep correcting my posture because I realized I'm like sitting this, which is weird. Like, why am I doing that? Uh, not sure why that just happened. But yeah, so that was just my fun, super quick recap and things that I want to talk about next time. And that is all I have for today. I like I said, that we're all a little, but we will be back in 2 weeks for our next stream, and we will have the whole party. It's gonna be a fucking party, party time. Woo! So yeah, I'm very excited to get everyone together, and um, it should be fun. So join us then, 2 weeks from today. I think that's like the end of Thanksgiving weekend, right? I don't even know where I am right now, but that'll be a nice little wind down, I think, from crazy holidays. So, anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun, and hopefully we will see you in